Hello students, this is Professor Michael Farina. Welcome to Accounting 100. Your first orientation today will be to discuss the course and review the syllabus. So, you know where I'm at here. I'm at the Cerritos College homepage. What I'm going to do is just put a click after that, put /mfarina, and we'll get you to my website. Just basically, here's some things of interest. This is my email address here. I have virtual office hours during those days. They are basically for email answers. Here's something about myself. This is our class. These are other classes I'm currently or have taught. And so let's go ahead and start by going to Accounting 100 online. Here's links to the orientations in case you want to view them again or listen to them again. Here's our syllabus. This is a how to register on Connect PowerPoint presentation, which is a supplement to this video. Course Orientation Part 2. Course Orientation Part 2 is a well-done video featuring a real student. It is from McGraw-Hill, our publisher. All right, we have some other documents here which I'll refer to, and here's a link to get Office 365 free if you don't have it. So I've already opened up the syllabus, so let's take a look at it. And you can see we are in the 15-week section, which means we move along quicker than usual. My office hours again. And basically, there's no prerequisite for this class, but this class is a prerequisite for Accounting 101, Fundamentals of Accounting 1, and several other accounting classes. I'll come back to the purpose of the course in a moment. Since it's online, that means you're going to need to really keep track of where you are and not fall behind. That means discipline. Also, accounting is not a lightweight course. Just talk to some of your friends who've taken it. I'd say you probably need, depending on your aptitude and such, 6 to 9 hours weekly. All right, you have two options on the book. It is a new edition for fall 2020. Those of you listening to this later on, it's no longer new, but the key is it's the 5th edition of College Accounting, a Contemporary Approach. If you go to the bookstore, you get a pretty good deal on a bundle that includes a loose leaf textbook and an access code. You can also just buy the access code directly from McGraw-Hill if you like. I will have an email coming out that will give you the exact cost. So let's see what we're going to do to earn points here. There's a midterm exam and a final. The midterm covers chapters 1 to 6 and is worth 100 points. The final exam is covering the whole course, mostly though since chapter 6, and is worth 150. Now here's the key. The key is doing all the homework assignments, and in orientation video number 3, I actually demonstrate how to do that. There's 10 of those. There's worth 10 points each, which comes to 100. But I know 15 weeks is a long time. Things happen, so I'll drop your lowest score. So homework is 90. On your quizzes, there's a chapter 1 and course orientation quiz, which I do in orientation video number 3. So the first one is worth 10 points. All the rest are worth 20. I also drop your lowest score there. So it works out to 190. So these really are the keys. If you're keeping up, you won't have to cram for the midterm. You won't have to cram for the final. There's also end of chapter critical thinking problems. I picked out 4 of those. They were worth 5 points each, so that's how you get to 550. Grading is 90% and up is an A, 80 to 89 is a B. I do drop to 67% for the C's because I believe accounting is a more rigorous course than others on campus, frankly. And hopefully nothing below that, but there's a scale for D's and F's. Now, what I've done is to create lecture notes and recorded lectures. We'll take a look at one of the lecture notes today. These are my notes that I've written that are an overview of the chapter. They also include links to videos showing step-by-step solutions of some end of chapter exercises. Now, you can either read the lecture notes, and I'll show you how to do that, or you can listen to the recorded lecture notes. I show you how to access those in orientation number 3. Today I'll show you the written lecture notes. Okay, I've been over homework, critical thinking, problem, and quizzes. Just to let you know, the homework assignments are all solving problems from scratch. The quizzes are true, false, multiple choice. The midterm and finals are mostly problems to be solved from scratch, and they will be similar to those in your homework. I also have review sheets for them. Now, what happens if you miss a deadline for a homework or a quiz or a critical thinking problem? Well, then you missed it. I do drop your lowest homework. I do drop your lowest quiz. I don't drop any of the lowest critical thinkings because it's only 4, and you cannot make up the midterm and final, and you must take it within the timeline stated on Connect and in the syllabus. Now, I highly advise you do the SmartBook assignments when they're available. This is an adaptive learning system, and it's extra credit. There are 13 chapters in our book, and there are 9 of those that I've designated SmartBook assignments for extra credit. Okay. Again here, you need to not fall behind. That's the basic key. Accounting is not like too many other courses. See, in accounting, Chapter 2 will definitely lead to Chapter 3. Chapter 3 will definitely lead to Chapter 4. So say you miss Chapter 2. You might be done for the rest of the term. So you got to watch out for your deadlines. Also, and I say this, but it doesn't seem to matter, students tend to wait till the last night that homework is due to start it. I don't advise that at all, because lots of things can happen, and not very many of them are good things. You could have an internet outage. You could have a power outage. You could have problems within Connect even that nobody else is having. And I've had so many emails from students. I don't know what happened. I was doing the homework and then it went blank on me. Well, that's because, as I'm going to explain in a minute, the homework shuts off at 11:59 p.m. of the day it's due. Also, failure to purchase the book or the access code is not an excuse for missing assignment deadlines. All right, on my policy statement, I'm going to let you read most of that. It's an online account, and so obviously I can't check on you, and I don't want to do that. I would love to trust everybody. So what's the rules? All right. You can collaborate on critical thinking and homework assignments. That's fine. However, your quizzes, the midterm, and the final, who are to be done by you and you only. Also, because falling behind is death, any student who has not completed a total of 3 assignments on Connect will be dropped from the class. In addition to that, since getting off on a good start is just super important, any student who has not completed all Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 assignments by the due date will also be dropped from the class. All right, this is a table that basically duplicates what's on Connect in terms of the assignments. And here's how the table is set out. Here's the chapters in this column, a description of the work in this column, the homework points available, the quiz points, and the due date and notices. What I mentioned earlier, the due date's always 11:59. So, for example, Chapter 1 doesn't have any homework problems, and you'll see why when you get to it. There's not even any numbers in Chapter 1. It's a background about what accounting is and what accountants do. There is a 10-question quiz, and I do that quiz for you in orientation number 3. However, Chapter 2 has 2 problems from the book, problem 2.2a and 2.4a. There was a total of 10 points. It has a 20-question quiz, and all that is due, and again, this is the fall 2020 semester, September 14th. Those of you viewing this later will see something similar with the course, different dates. Now, how to download the lecture notes. There's a link. I'm about to do that. We are going to use Connect, and we're going to access it via Canvas. There's a link to a video here to show you how to do that. This link is also, by the way, course orientation number 2. Now, when you sign in to Connect, please make sure your Connect name matches your Cerritos College name. Exactly. So, for example, if your enrolled name at Cerritos College is Juarez Maria D, use that exact same username in Connect. Don't enroll as Maria Juarez, because when I interface Connect with Canvas, it's going to download grades and it's going to be a mess, because this person in Cerritos starts with D, this person in Connect starts with M. It's not going to match up. All right. Basically, to access Connect, you just go through Canvas, and you'll be able to read this at your leisure. I also give an example of solving a homework problem in orientation number 3. You have unlimited tries on your homework, and there is also a really neat feature called Check My Work, and it will tell you what you got wrong and got right. You can use that up to 100 times for each chapter. This should be plenty. When you're done, click Submit. Now, let's say I'm working and I don't have any more time. I'm not quite finished. Does that mean I'm messed up? No. With the homework, click Save and Exit, and then when you come back to complete it later, you'll pick up where you left off. Now, online quizzes are a different story. First of all, they have an 80-minute time limit. You only get one attempt, and there's no Check My Work. So you're going to log into Connect via Canvas. You're going to select the assignment, and you're going to complete it. And again, students, in orientation video number 3, I actually access your quiz for chapter 1, and I complete it. And you can take notes and see what I did. Now, is there some things I've noticed after teaching this class for 30 years and being a CPA for about 40? Yes. Okay. I would do this. Either listen to the recorded lectures in Connect or read the lecture notes, which I'm just about to show you. Do that first. Then read the chapter. Then complete the Smart Book assignment if it's available. Again, we have it available for, I believe, 9 out of 13 chapters. Then do the chapter homework. Have your books ready. Okay. Then take the practice quiz on Connect. You don't have to. There's no points. But it can't hurt you. It can only help you. Then take the final chapter quiz after you take the practice quiz. Have your books and notes ready. For the midterm and final, there's going to be instructions in those guides. On the last page, these are things called student learning outcomes. You may or may not have heard of them. It's a way we measure our abilities as an accounting department by tracking how students do to these key benchmarks. All right, with that, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to cover a couple of other things. I have for you here lecture notes. We're going to listen to a part of one of them right now. We're going to go to chapter 2. If I can get to it. Okay, now, excuse me while I make this on one page. What this does is to summarize a lot of the major points of the chapter in kind of a big picture way to help you get ready to actually read it. Now, I'm not going to read this to you, but I will show you this. There are links here, and you see them. Okay? And what this is an expert solving an exercise on how to calculate answers to end of chapter quizzes. So let me tell you what this is about. In accounting, there is something called the fundamental accounting equation. And again, this is your first lecture. Don't even worry about whether you know these things or not. But it says that the assets, which is what we own, are equal to the liabilities, which is what we owe, the owner's capital or equity, plus the income we make, which are called revenues, minus the costs we incur, which are called expenses. Okay, well, so I'm talking about the concept here, and this should let us know how to solve it. So I'm going to go there right now. And we'll listen to a little bit of this.
Quick Copy had the transactions listed below during the month of April, and were asked to show how each transaction would be recorded in the accounting equation. Number 1. Amos Roberts started the business with a cash investment of $39,000. This transaction increases the asset cash by $39,000. The liabilities stayed the same, so owner's equity has to increase. When an owner makes an investment in his or her business, we record it in the capital account. Number 2. Purchased equipment for $11,500 on credit. When we see the phrase on credit, we know that the business did not pay cash, but instead they charged it. It's a liability. This transaction increases the asset equipment and also increases the liability account, accounts payable. Number 3. Perform
Okay,
services
I think
for
these are extremely
$4,200
valuable,
in cash.
especially in an online class. When I used to teach on ground, I would work out this. Students would take notes. So I think this is the next best thing. So that's an example of our lecture notes. And there's one for each chapter. Okay, finally, last one, there's our review sheet for midterm, review for final. I won't go into them, but they do give you a pretty clear path as to what you need to study. Now, there's one thing I'm going to go into, and that's solutions to key problems. And these are Excel files, so again, if you don't have Office, get it. I'm going to open it up. And one of your first homework assignments is problem 2-2A. Now, the A assignments are in the back of your book, as well as the B assignments. When I taught on ground, I would work out the B assignments in class. Can't do that now. So what I've done is post up here the actual solution for problem 2-2B. Now you may say, well, how does that help me do problem 2-2A? Well, about 99% of the time, problem 2-2B is structured exactly the same way as 2-2A. So all the B problems, like I said, 99% of the time, are structured similar to the A problems, which are your homework on Connect. So let's say, for example, you're just not getting number 2 on Connect. You're trying. Well, open it up. Open this worksheet up. Open your ebook or textbook, hard copy. Read number 2 and see what the solution is, and that should help you solve your Connect homework. So that concludes our orientation. Best of luck in the class to all of you. Thank you.